Now, Immigration New Zealand says the owners of an Auckland restaurant should start making arrangements to sell up and leave the country, because their business was never approved and it's not considered to be of significant value. The Shetkava family arrived in New Zealand from the Ukraine 6 years ago on a long-term business visa to develop a large restaurant. Now, after that deal fell through, the family built up a smaller restaurant in the Auckland suburb of St Heliers, where they've turned La Vista a thriving business which now employs 26 people. Natalia Shetkava says that she notified Immigration New Zealand of the restaurant changes and was told that she didn't need to create a new business plan to keep her visa. But Immigration New Zealand says otherwise and has declined the family's residency application, saying they need to leave the country by the 1st of July. And as Eva Corlett reports, La Vista's customers are rallying behind the owner's bid to stay.
When I arrive at La Vista around lunchtime, there is barely a seat free. As I sit down to wait for Natalia Shetkava to finish serving her customers, locals queue up to speak to me. Kirsten McDonald is a regular.
Always so busy. I've never come in here and it's not busy. Like, everyone knows La Vista, everyone knows the owners, they're amazing. The staff, the service, absolutely they add to the community. It'd be devastating.
This customer, Mary, says the family is adored in the small seaside community, especially Natalia with her wide smile.
Everybody in the area loves her. It's a real proper local cafe, even though there's other cafes around it. This seems to draw the crowd. And she's such a beautiful person herself. I think it would be terrible. You know, I mean, we keep people here that you feel don't need to be here. And here's a family that we'd love to keep on our shores, and, you know, she's been pushed out.
So in your mind, this place does add significant value to the community?
It does, and the fact that she has a staff of 17 permanents and 26 altogether, I think that speaks for itself.
Nikki Doherty says Natalia gave her daughter her first waitressing job.
From knowing nothing to ended up being a top-level waitress with the experience that Natalia had and support crew that she's got around her was just invaluable. Grace has confidence to now go anywhere in New Zealand.
For Nikki, losing the family would be devastating.
It's just wrong in every aspect. That what she's brought to this community is invaluable.
And aside from the good sort of training processes that are in place for people that work here, what other things does the family, Natalia, or this restaurant bring to the community?
So, for example, we come in for coffee with my mum, who's in her 70s, walked in, knows her by name, knows how she likes the hot chocolate. You know, just that sense of family whānau is just incredible. And it doesn't matter where Natalia comes from in the world, she's a Kiwi. She's one of us.
Natalia finishes chatting with customers and we move into a courtyard area at the back of the restaurant. She tells me her family ran 3 restaurants in the Ukraine.
We decided to move a long time ago because Ukraine is a country of bribes and corruption and high crime, and we were looking for the better future for our children.
After an 8-month approval period, they were awarded a long-term business visa to set up a successful, large fine dining restaurant. That requires a detailed plan with specific targets to meet. It must be worth at least $500,000, turn a profit and employ a minimum 3 full-time staff. But the restaurant they had their eye on sold before they arrived. Still, they came with their 3 children and found another worth $700,000, La Vista. Soon after, their twins were born. Natalia says she notified Immigration NZ of the changes and asked what they needed to do to make a new plan for their visa. She says the immigration officer asked for new figures but told her a new plan wasn't required.
We applied to the accountant. She made a new aim, new numbers. We sent it to the immigration department, and straight away, you know, just in 2 weeks, we got our passports back with the label, and it was written La Vista Restaurant. So we suppose that our new numbers were approved.
Over the years, the family has extended the restaurant from 40 seats to 70, employed more staff, and plans were in the works to expand it further. It turned over $1.6 million last year and employs 26 people, 17 of them full-time. Thinking they had ticked all the boxes, the family applied for permanent residency in 2017. But their application was rejected. Natalia feels the system has let her down through misleading advice and for seeing them as a piece of paper, not a contributing family. Natalia says her staff rely on her and the family has built a life in the community and gives back to it.
We promise we keep doing everything what we can. We are not going to, sit on the benefit or something. No, we are hard worker, we are healthy, we are enthusiastic people, and we are interested to bring something to New Zealand society.
In a statement, Immigration NZ says the business does not add significant benefit to New Zealand by creating sustained and ongoing employment over and above the existing level of employment. And it says the family should make arrangements to leave by the 1st of July, including selling the business if necessary. Natalia is urging the Immigration Minister Ian Lees-Galloway to give the family compassionate consideration. I tāmaki makaurau mō te hōtaka o te ahia hinei, ko Eva Corlett, tēnei.